Oh, you guys stop!
What happens when respect turns into revenge and boxing legends brawl outside the ring? This isn't just drama, it's war. After Canelo Alvarez landed a clean punch on Terence Crawford in public, fans thought the rivalry was over. Turns out, it's just getting started. Crawford is now speaking from a hospital bed, bruised, stitched up, but burning with resolve. According to him, this is no longer business, it's personal. Welcome to what might be boxing's most intense rivalry in years.
Crawford is not a small brother in this fight. Crawford looks like a physical threat to Canelo. If we're looking at it 1-to-1, this is a dangerous fight. I'm telling you all, we can't deny that there is a more level ground when we look at them face to face now, with the physical aspect of this fight being the most dominant aspect of why people feel Canelo would win. I'm saying that now we have to reevaluate this. It's not as far off as we may believe.
Let's rewind. Just 3 days ago, backstage at a Las Vegas charity event, things turned tense. Neither side expected violence, just posturing. But when Canelo and Crawford locked eyes, everything shifted.
Is there anything that scares you, Canelo Alvarez? What frightens you?
Nothing about boxing.
No.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
So.
No gloves, no warning. Canelo launched a clean right hand to Crawford's jaw. It was captured on camera, posted by TMZ, and within minutes, social media exploded.
Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw
Crawford went down, unconscious, carried off by his team. A pound-for-pound star hospitalized by a punch outside the ring. This was far from spontaneous. Months of tension had built up. Crawford accused Canelo of avoiding real fights and ducking top opponents. Then came Bud's viral claim he'd beat Canelo in a street fight, and Canelo snapped.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm going to be against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
That street fight comment hit home, especially coming from a multi-division champ like Canelo. When the two crossed paths backstage, Canelo didn't hesitate.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Rashid told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't win me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
He pissed me off. He pissed me off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be almost the same.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
From his hospital bed, Crawford made it clear this is no friendly feud anymore. He vowed Canelo would regret crossing him. Sources say the punch fractured Crawford's orbital bone, gave him a mild concussion and serious swelling. Still, Crawford stayed confident. He caught me off guard, but I'm still me, he said. This isn't hype, this is vengeance, legacy, and blood, and since Canelo hasn't spoken, Crawford's narrative dominates.
Dominating the headlines.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majumdar.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about now.
Remember, this rivalry isn't new. Back in 2021, Crawford accused Canelo of ducking black fighters. That went viral and angered Canelo, who replied, I fight whoever is in front of me. That tension never faded.
The only fighter in boxing that I will say is not ducking anyone in terms of weight, class, title, and most importantly, race. I'm not buying that for Canelo. No, I don't agree with it.
Yo, my dude, I gotta give you this is a commendable moment, my dude.
No,
I gotta give you your props because I was almost sure that you was gonna be on the other side of the fence talking about Canelo Alvarez is absolutely avoiding some very slick and skillful black fighters. Now, with that being said, I do think he's being strategic, and I do think there are some fighters who are so skillful, but they don't bring the bag the way they need to.
Yes.
So I think it's more so risk reward.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about I can't beat this guy. It's more so if I do fight this guy, what am I really gaining?
That's fact.
So I'm right there with you. I don't think it has to do with, black fighters per se. I think he's just being, strategic in the people that he's picking, just like you.
Crawford dominated his division undefeated, beating Errol Spence Jr., silencing critics. Meanwhile, critics said Canelo was picking easy fights. Fans clamored for a mega bout. Canelo claimed Bud was too small, but that punch showed he felt threatened.
So even though you see a small fighter, when you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
No, never.
So,
Never.
Of course, some think it was staged to stunt a hype pay-per-view, a Paul Tyson-style moment. But this feels different.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people. Bro, that is so... It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
This isn't exhibition boxing or promotional theatrics. If it was fake, both men deserve Oscars. But watching security scramble and seeing the rage in Canelo's face, you know it was real. Canelo is clearly showing he's still the face of boxing, but he's changing. The calm, calculated champ we know is gone. He's letting emotion lead airport brawls, public blow-ups. That's desperation creeping in. Meanwhile, Crawford stands tall, nothing to lose. Win, and he's a legend. Lose, and he dared to be great.
And of course, look, you've accomplished everything. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You've been undisputed now in 2 weight classes. This would give you undisputed championship in the 3rd weight class. But not just that, you're fighting an all-time great, and you know that the credit's going to go to you if you beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez at 168. Is that why you want it?
Well, when I beat him.
When you beat him.
Definitely. The stakes is high. It's high risk, high reward type of fight. And I'm looking forward to it.
When would you say, from memory, that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just you know, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? You know, how long his arms and things like that. Just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that. And when he walk out the ring, I'm looking at him I'm like, man, he's all that big. You know, so me talking to him with Turkey and Turkey not wanting to fight. And me like, yeah, this is the fight that I want, being that, you know, he's the last great fighter of our era. You know, that's just like, you know what I mean, me fighting a Pacquiao, Mayweather, De La Hoya, and things like that. So that's why I wanted to fight.
Crawford stayed collected, focused, using the punch as fuel, not fear. That disrespect lit him up. Instead of backing off, he turned it into motivation. This isn't just weight jumping, it's stepping into a lion's den. Canelo's fought killers at 168 and even 175 pounds power that changes fights.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Crawford, on the other hand, started at 135 pounds. Let that sink in. He's going up 3 full divisions from his lightweight days.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Crawford began his career at 135 pounds. Now he's leaping up 3 divisions. That alone is remarkable.
It is my biggest concern when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford, when people, for some reason, keep mistakenly comparing him to Floyd Mayweather when it comes to being an elusive fighter. Terence Crawford and Boots Ennis has a similar approach to boxing. They are boxer punchers. And it's because Terence Crawford was too big and too strong for most of the opponents. He was too athletic, too. Foot speed, hand speed, just too accurate. Physically, probably the best athlete in the boxing world. He does the same thing, which is why he's been dropped, which is why he's been rocked, which is why he gets hit a lot with consecutive punches. You saw him get Madrimov, you saw him get David Hanese. You saw the type of punches he was getting landed on from Showtime Shawn Porter, right? Because he's used to bullying cats. And that's what I'm concerned about with him versus Canelo Alvarez.
But the real question is, will Bud's skill and IQ translate to 168? Or will the weight finally be too much?
Terence Crawford has had 1 fight above 147 pounds, and everyone, including Terence Crawford, will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo. He is coming up in weight. He is coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what? Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds.
No, same here. And even though we could see Canelo Alvarez diminishing, we're still going to favor him because he's been in there with the bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot shotted. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much, I got to do something great. That's when Crawford's going to have to get on his bike.
The pressure's on. Canelo's dominance at 168 has been untouched. But this ain't William Skull. This ain't Ryder. This is Terence Crawford, the most accurate, tactical, and vicious switch hitter in boxing today.
Many pros are worried. What happens when Crawford gets tagged in the ribs or chin? This isn't Spence or Porter, this is Canelo, the knockout artist with power in both hands.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
The real question, will Crawford's skill and IQ translate at 168, or will the weight be too much?